It was an incredibly painful choice, but actually not all that hard, between very bad and catastrophic. I had to tell Congress that we were taking these additional steps.
Welcome back to Hardball. That was former FBI Director James Comey last May justifying his decision to send a letter to Congress just 11 days before the 2016 presidential election, reopening that Hillary Clinton email investigation. In his new book, The Unmaking of the President 2016, longtime Clinton confidant Lanny Davis pins the blame for what followed squarely on James Comey. Davis writes, Hillary Clinton lost the 2016 presidential election, and Donald Trump won it for the single decisive reason that FBI Director James Comey wrote his infamous letter to Congress on October 28, 2016, announcing the discovery of a laptop computer belonging to Anthony Weiner that contained thousands of copies of Clinton's emails. He adds, all available pre-versus post-October 28th election poll data indicates that Hillary Clinton would have won the election had Comey not sent the letter. In a memo recommending Comey's dismissal last May, Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein wrote, I cannot defend the director's handling of the conclusion of the investigation of Secretary Clinton's emails, and I do not understand his refusal to accept the nearly universal judgment. He was mistaken. For more, I'm joined by the author of The Unmaking of the President, Lanny Davis, former special counsel of President Bill Clinton. Let me ask you, Lanny, thank you for coming on. Your book's very provocative. So let's ask about this question. Step by step, should Comey, rather the FBI as an institution, should they have grabbed hold of that laptop from Anthony Weiner on October 3rd?
Of course, and because they didn't and waited until October 30th, it took them 6 days to verify that there was nothing there. And on November the 6th, 2 days before the elections, Mr. Comey whispered in a letter, sorry, nothing there. Had they acted on October 3rd, when they told Mr. Comey that they found these emails, 6 days later is October 9th. Hillary Clinton wins the election.
Your argument is, Lanny, that Comey, James Comey, the FBI director at the top, knew about this laptop the very day they picked it up.
He was told on October the 3rd, according to many reporters.
According to reporters, okay.
I don't impugn anybody's motives. They just slow-walked this to the very last minute.
Is a verb. Why did they slow-walk it?
It might well have been the bureaucracy of the FBI, that it took a long time to get to Washington to make a decision whether to seek a warrant. And it's just poor judgment. But I know that it took them 6 days to verify there was nothing there.
I'm with you on that. Let me ask you about the motive, though, because the right, the Trump people are now saying for those 3 weeks that was a slow walk to help Hillary, that they were keeping it away from the public to prevent from hurting her.
Well, it's contrary to evidence and facts.
Well, they're saying
if they had started on October 3rd, they would have ended, we know with certainty, 6 days later, on October the 9th, and Hillary Clinton's, the headlines for the last 4 weeks would have been Hillary Clinton cleared, nothing there, instead of under criminal investigation, which is what happened in the last 11 days.
I'm completely with you, Lanny, on the numbers and how this affected a very close election, and this did nothing but damage the last 11 days. I think anybody watching right now knows it hurt Hillary badly in the key states of Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, where it was. I just want to ask you this, though. The guy that's really on trial right now is not Hillary Clinton, or it's really Comey. And I ask you, what do you make of Comey? You spent all this time writing this book. Do you think Comey is a partisan one way or the other? What do you make about him?
No, I think he's a narcissist who only
You're not a psychiatrist. How do you want to be a narcissist?
Well, because by his own words, and I don't use labels, but narcissism
is a label.
Well, no, it is a label, but I'm about to define the facts that support the label. James Comey said, as you just had a quote from him, and Rod Rosenstein had it right, I get to decide when I'm going to publicize something that nobody allows me to in the Justice Department, because I work for the Justice Department. I, James Comey, decided to go to Congress 11 days from the election, which is contrary to 50 years of Justice Department policy. Why? Because I, James Comey, get to decide.
But I thought he committed to it publicly, and that's why he did it.
No, he did not. If you read my book, I hope you will. What he told the Congress was, if something new comes up, I will take a look at it. He never looked at a single Clinton email.
Language. You're saying that he never committed in spirit to the Congress to keep them up to date.
Or a letter.
Never.
The exact words he used, and I quote them in my book, if something new comes up, I will take a look at it. He never looked at the emails before he sent the letter to the Congress that defeated Hillary Clinton.
What do you think would have happened if he had kept it all secret?
In 6 days, they would have discovered, as he said on November 6th in the middle of the night in a whisper, sorry, oops, there's no there there.
I agree with that part. I completely agree with that part.
And look,
do you believe he would have been able to get away with that with the Republicans in Congress? They would have said that wasn't helping Hillary.
You know what Rod Rosenstein said? It's not a reveal or conceal choice. You are the FBI director. You report to a prosecutor. The Justice Department decides to prosecute. If you're going to announce anything publicly, whether it's extremely careless handling of emails or whether it's a letter to Congress, you must go through the Justice Department.
Okay.
And if you go public, you do it only through an indictment. You don't accuse
you're an
and
attorney. This is a political show. Tell me what you think about the role of Rudy Giuliani. And please tell me what you explicitly believe was his role in hurting Hillary at the end.
Fact, on the 25th of October, 3 days before the Comey letter, Mr. Giuliani went on television and said, ha, this is Fox, something's coming. On October 28th in the morning, before the letter was written, he went on the Hugh Hewitt show and he said, I have heard from active and former FBI agents something bad is coming. Giuliani and many of the New York City FBI agents have been identified as leaking to pressure James Comey to reopen an investigation that turned out to be a nothing burger.
So they were the ones being political. Comey was acting institutionally, or you said narcissistically. Explain how, because everybody watching now who really cared about what happened in 2016 and don't like how it came out are going to listen to this. Do you say the chain reaction began with politics in New York, in the New York office of the FBI? It led to putting pressure on Comey, and he acted basically on his own instincts, or whatever you want to call them?
I don't doubt his sincerity. You can be sincerely wrong, but I think he put himself above the Justice Department, above what is fair and not affecting an election. And the historic lesson is never again should we allow any appointed elected official, much less an FBI head investigator, that's all he is an investigator, to affect a presidential election by his own decision and not by at least honoring Justice Department policy.
Did Secretary Clinton get a look at your book yet?
Yes.
What did she think? Did she give you her judgment on it?
She and I, back in law school, used to say facts, 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 no adjectives, no adverbs, facts. And that's what I did in the book, Chris.
And she sees facts in the book.
And she thinks that I proved the case factually. And I wanted to jump in just 30 seconds. In Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, those 3 states, on October 28th, she's ahead nationally by 6%, more than Obama beat Romney. And October 28th, in the 3 states I just mentioned, she's ahead by 6 and 7 and 7%. In 10 days, she crashed and lost each state by less than 1%.
I am completely with you. Hey, Lanny, you made your case on the Electoral College. You got it won. Thank you so much, Lanny Davis. The book is The Unmaking of the President.